Hello everyone, Fallenwolf here. Ow! Just wanted to give a quick shout out before the start of the video. If you really like what I do, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, and or donate to my coffee and or PayPal. Donations really help out the channel, lets me know you enjoy what I'm doing. They are not required, of course. We're at the end of the day, this is a channel just meant to have fun and help show the more creative side of the furry fandom. With that being said, though, you guys didn't come here for me. You guys came here for the video. Let's get to the video. I'll see you in a minute. Bye. Hello everyone, Fallenwolf here with another episode of 4-Letter Word with your host Fallenwolf. Ow! Wait, I think I just messed that up. I think I just said Fallenwolf, you're hosting Fallenwolf. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. Make sure you are staying cool. I heard this week is going to be a scorcher, and I'm not talking about the hot buff furry guys like Emil over here. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, though, last time we left off on this, I had played through. Started Emil's route on an Asher section. I will be finishing Emil's route in this video, and then we will be doing a little hidden goodie bonus later down the road. We're gonna do the hidden little bonus because it really doesn't take that long, and it's like literally the bare minimum of starting a path. But with that being said, though, this is a visual novel I have been really enjoying. I hope that everyone else has been enjoying it. I've really been having a great time with it. I hope everybody else is having a good time with it, because it really is. I think this is a really... I'm going to be 100% honest here. If you are not interested in a visual novel that focuses primarily on a main character that has a heavy amount of personality, this isn't for you, and that's fine. Some people are not really playing a visual novel for a story as much as they want, you know, big buff guys, and that's fine. I don't condemn people like that. That's fine. Some people just want, escape. This does take a more realistic approach, though, and I enjoy it personally because it is something that relates to me heavily, both in the sense of what the characters are going through, as well as the fact as the visual novel I'm currently working on I'm trying to go for a similar approach where it has a heavy grounded theme to it despite the fantastical elements of it. Now, like I said, if you are not here for the story or here for, serious topics, that's fine. You don't have to be. At the end of the day, this is just a channel meant for us to have fun, meant for me to share some furry visual novel creators out there and spread their works around. So if you're not here for the serious stuff, that's fine. If you're here for me, that's even better. It's super touching when people tell me that, and people tell me that all the time. People have told me that sometimes they come to my channel just to support me, and that's touching. That's humbling, and I love it. I couldn't be happier. It's so touching. Especially the fact that we are slowly approaching 400 subscribers. Can you believe that? 400 subscribers. I would have never guessed that this channel would almost hit 400. And my next main goal is 1,000. 1,000 is when I can start actually monetizing my videos. So we'll see. I have high hopes. I'm hoping by the end of next year, 1,000 subscribers. I'm gonna go for it. By then, I plan on my content being a lot more versatile too. As I said before, if anybody has any furry content creators out there that they would like to give a shout out to, feel free to either put in the comments or DM me. I'm very interested in spreading the works of other furry content creators out there. This is like I said in the previous videos. I am trying to make my channel more than just simply for hot furry visual novel characters. I do want to start doing some discussion videos. I do some topic videos about stuff in the furry fandom, my thoughts on things in the furry fandom, or just in real life, as well as possibly doing reviews of finished visual novels. I would love to do that. As well as, honestly, people just sending me like a pretty, like a popular like furry artist or something, and just saying, hey, I was just curious, like, look over their work and discuss in a video what you think of their work, what you think, what you like about it. Hell, I'll even do one of those rate your fursona videos. Mine's would be more positive, of course. Like, I'll say like what I like about it and what I think could use a little work and like what really catches my eye. With that being said, though, we didn't come here for me. You didn't come here to hear my lovely voice. We came here to talk about four-letter words. Also, if you got this far in the video without leaving from me babbling on, feel free to post down below, what is your favorite four-letter word? Post down in the comments below. I'd love to see what's your favorite four-letter word. Or actually, what do you think the four-letter word is for this visual novel? Post down in the comments below. Wrong answers, wrong answers only, please. We obviously know what the four-letter word is, but wrong answers only. Alright, with that being said, we're going to finish up Emil, and then we're going to move on to the little secret little scene that I found out about off stream. Morning, sunshine. What? No free coffee service? No, although you do look like you could use one. I always sleep like a baby after a hard workout, but damn, was I ever sore all over. Anyway, just wanted to let you know that I managed to get Friday off entirely, so I'm gonna head to the lake early and meet up with you guys later. The lake? Yeah, remember the camping trip this weekend? Oh. Right, sorry, still kind of waking up. How could I forget? We were all really looking forward to it, too. It's so rare that we get to hang out and do fun stuff like that, what with all of our adult lives dragging us into different directions all the time. But maybe me wanting to recapture the feeling of summers when we were kids was a sign of my immaturity. Okay, I think we already did this. I'm gonna skip just a little bit because I think this was already discussed in the previous. Like I said before, anything that's already been discussed, I kind of skim through. This is different. Oh wait, go straight. Well, no, it's not different. What I'm talking about. Go straight to the lake because I don't think Go For It is implemented yet. I could be, and I could be wrong. If it is, feel free to let me know in the comments down below if you've already played this. But in the meantime, we're just gonna go straight to the lake. See, this is gonna be a quicker video than I expected, actually. I think it's gonna be a lot quicker than I expected. Yeah, we already did all this. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Let me see. Yeah, all of this we already done. So we're just gonna kind of skip. I was gonna say, nah, you're good as you are. Yeah, we already did all of this. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go through this. Okay, because everything else we already did already. So this might be a shorter video again. Because I'm like, I think we already did all of this. Yeah, this is different. I don't think there was anything after choices. This is different. The problem with sleeping in is that you're never tired when you need to be. While everyone else was dozing away inside their tents, I decided to tend to the fire a little while longer before retiring to mine. Staring into the flickering, smoking spout of flames billowing out of the crumbling logs, I found myself slowly losing all sense of time. I couldn't say how long it was before I heard the crunching of grass underfoot as someone approached from over by the tent. Hey, Ash. Can't sleep? Yeah, you too, huh? There was something different about Emil's demeanor tonight. Even though he had barely spoken, I felt a different energy coming from when he did speak. Whether he intended it or not, I always found Emil to be a source of strength. He always seemed so unflappable. When things went wrong, even if it was his fault, I could always rely on him to keep a level head. I could just plain rely on him in general. Tonight, though, he seemed a little fragile. He still looked calm on the surface, but I couldn't shake the feeling that there was something tempestuous stirring inside of him. Maybe it's because I'd felt that way myself so many times in the past. He cleared his throat as he took a seat next to me by the fire. Was he trying to work up the courage to say something to me? I've been wanting to have a moment alone with you all weekend. Now seems like as good a time as any. I've been doing some thinking. We've known each other for years now, right? You've always been really open and candid with me, even when it was difficult. Hell, especially when it was difficult. But even though I know so much about you, there's something you don't know about me. Here. Emil pulled something out of his back pocket. Is that his daughter? Well, I mean, like I said, we don't know too much about the character. Is that his daughter? It was a photo, one of those old Polaroids. If the medium didn't give away its age, the fading on it would have. The bonfire waned, but even as it began to slowly die down in its dying gasps, its illuminating streaks offered me just enough light to make out a little girl in a dress sitting on a doorstep. I couldn't understand why Emil was holding on to such an unremarkable photo. The girl didn't even look like she wanted her picture taken in the first place. Who is that? Who is that, your sister? Gallagher, I guess that's how you say it. That's little Emily Gallagher, age 5. She was the bravest little girl I ever knew. She was me. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He's trans. Oh, wow. Okay. Right off the bat, that already surprises me, because you don't really, there's not been a furry VN, granted they could be out there's not been a furry VN that I've played that has had a trans male character, or trans any character for that matter. Oh, wow. Oh, this hits a little hard. I will discuss after I finish this part. I'm gonna actually finish this time, and then we'll have a discussion. She was me. What? I felt the log we sat upon shake with the nervous laughter rumbling out from his chest. Wow, I've gone over this conversation so many times in my head. I was sure that we know exactly what to say and how to say it. But not when it comes down to it. I'm at a loss for words. That makes 2 of us. I never saw this coming. Suddenly, I felt that paralyzing grip of fear coil itself around me, seizing me so tight I couldn't move, palpitating my heart and forcing it to beat faster and faster. It wasn't fear of Emil, of course, but of myself. Just like with Colby, I felt like I was in a situation I wasn't prepared for. I was gonna say or do the wrong thing. I was gonna turn away one of my dearest friends because I was too much of a fuck-up and it felt imminent. Just then, I felt Emil's hand rest upon mine and give a reassuring squeeze. My heart rate slowed back down. I felt so embarrassed. Even in a moment that should have been all about Emil, I still somehow got lost in my own head. Instead of reaffirming him and letting him know everything was fine, he was the one comforting me. Asher, I don't blame Asher for being like that. And before anybody says anything, I don't think acting like that means that he's like, I don't think he's the kind of person that would be like disgusted. You know, there are people like that, you know, sadly there are. I don't think Asher, I think he's just like, it's a shock to him, and that's a natural reaction for something like somebody to come out to you with something like that, like they're trans. It is, it's even if you have no issues with trans people, which you shouldn't. I mean, doesn't make sense. I think I would be shocked too. If you have a friend and you find out something, you're going to have that moment of, oh shit, you know, and that's normal for people out there. That's a normal reaction to have. You know, you're gonna have an oh shit reaction when you find out something about somebody that you've known for a long time. It's gonna happen. You're gonna be shocked. You're gonna, you know, you're gonna be worried about, especially for a situation like this. You're gonna be worried about. You don't want to say the wrong thing, even if you show support. You still don't want to say the wrong thing, because transgender and gender identity are very, very serious discussions, and they're something that should not be taken lightly. I'm gonna guess that since your hand's still here and hasn't recoiled and discussed yet, we're still friends, right? Discussed? Emil, of course we're still friends. I could hardly ask for a better one. Did you really think that something like this would come between us? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a concern of mine. I'm glad you're comfortable with me being trans. Not everyone was. Do you want to talk about it? Would you think less of me if I said no? Of course not. Thanks, Ash, but I guess I should, huh? I can't really go around not practicing what I preach, right? After I got you to open up to me about your mom, I got to thinking that maybe you deserve to know more about me, too. But it wasn't until I found myself lecturing you about avoiding discussing things that make you uncomfortable that I really decided that I would tell you. Do you remember that time in the gym when you asked me about my family and I kind of froze up for a second? Yeah. My parents were the first people I came out to, which kind of makes sense. They didn't take the news well. I explained to them how growing up I never felt comfortable in my own skin. I was always a bit of a tomboy, but it was so much more than that. I didn't just hate pink, I didn't just hate frilly skirts, I hated my body. I could look in a mirror and not really even see me. What looked back at me always felt wrong. It felt like a lie. Those shoulders, that chest, those hips, those hands. None of them felt like my own. I felt like some kind of bizarre chimera of body parts that didn't belong. I really want to have a discussion about how this relates to me, but I'm gonna finish. I do notice one of my issues with these videos is I tend to go on tangents. I'm gonna finish Emil's part first before I have a discussion about stuff that's been going on with me, because like I said, I like to let everybody know about me. My mind rejected my body at every turn. Even now, looking at this old photo, I can feel an uncomfortable tightening and twisting in my chest, even though I don't think of her as me anymore. And just like my mind rejected my body, my parents rejected me. My mom didn't take me seriously. At first she thought it was just the phase I'd grow out of, but before long she became obsessed with trying to fix me. She tracked down D transistors and looked for any possible reason why I might believe I was a boy, other than the reason that was right in front of her. Trauma, genetics, misinformation, disease, anything other than the fact that I might just be male because it was just so wrong for me to be myself. My dad called me abomination, said he wouldn't talk to me if I transitioned, couldn't bear to even look at me. He told me I had to learn to accept and love my female body, that it was God's gift to me and that I had to see it as beautiful. To do otherwise was blasphemy. To change my body so I could feel at home in it was mutilation. You'll never be a real man, he said. Your body will never be anything more than cheap fake and offense to creation. They treated me like I was some kind of monster, as if having gender dysmorphia put me in the same category as dangerous psychopath. But I wasn't dangerous. I didn't want to hurt anyone. I just wanted to be me. Emil, I'm so sorry. It's okay, Ash. Really, it's not all bad. I'm still glad I came out. Even though I lost 2 parents, I don't know if they ever really loved me. It seemed like they only ever loved the lie that I lived. They loved Emily. And besides, I gained something really special in exchange. Amazingly, it was my little brother who I used to constantly fight and bicker with that really came through for me. You know what he said when I told him? He said, I always wanted a big brother. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna fucking cry today. I don't think I was ever much of one of them, though. When I got started on HRT and began to notice a change in my body, it was him that guided me through all of it. He was even the one who taught me how to shave once my mane started growing in. Really, if anyone was the big brother, it was him. I couldn't help but wonder if him falling into that role for me was out of some subconscious desire to make up for that. Not wanting to interrupt, though, I sat patiently with Emil, letting him tell his story. When it came time to choose a new name for myself, I knew I wanted to distance myself from my parents. To me, they weren't Mom and Dad anymore, they were Mr. and Mrs. Gallagher. Getting rid of that part wasn't a hard sell, but while I knew what I didn't want, I didn't know what I did want. I knew some trans people chose a first name that's completely different from their dead name, while some chose one that's just a gender-flipped version of it. After thinking about it for a while, I decided that I wanted to honor Emily in some way. Even though it was scary, even though the people she looked to for love and guidance abandoned her, she still had the courage to move forward and let me find myself. So that's how I ended up Emil Yats. Emil Y. It was only around then when a tear tumbled down my own cheek that I realized I was crying too. How could I not? Emil's story was so moving and so brave. At first I felt nothing but sympathy for him, but now... what was it that I felt? Pride? I realized the warm trickle flowing down my cheek was more than just born from sadness, it was also happiness. That is so touching. Asher is a good person. Asher is such a good person. Happiness for Emil for coming so far. Even though I had my brother's support, things were still tough living in an area where everyone knew me before I transitioned. This was over a decade ago. Now people's attitude towards transgender people were different back then. My brother's welcoming attitude was exceedingly rare at the time. That's when I decided I needed to pick up my roots and start fresh somewhere else. So I took a plane from Ireland, traveled across the pond, and ended up here with nothing but a fiddle in my wallet. Even though I was alone and close to broke, the fact that no one knew who I was wasn't a drawback to me. It was life-changingly good. I met people who knew me as Emil and only Emil. I didn't have to face the same discrimination from peers, old friends, and employers about who I was and who I am. For the first time in my life, I was really, truly happy. Colby and now Emil too. It seemed like Claremont was a popular place for people to start over and reinvent themselves. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, be brave, Asher. Life can take you all sorts of different directions, and even if it seems like everything's terrible, you can pull through it and come out the other side better than you were. I'll always be grateful to little Emily for taking that big, terrifying first step for me, because it helped me find a place where I finally felt like I belonged. And you know what the best part about it is? Being able to find a friend like you. Oh, we're gonna end like... Okay. CG not yet... Oh, CG not yet implemented! Oh my god, we're gonna see this. I turned my whole body into Emil, and without even consciously thinking about it, I pulled him into my arms and held him fiercely, as though I were afraid he might disappear. As I clutched him against me, I could feel him trembling as his tears wet my shoulder. Emil, I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Asher. That's all I wanted to hear from anyone. We're gonna end there, aren't we? I probably should save. Just in case. I held Emil up until our tears dried out, and then the last wisp of smoke crawled up into the night sky from the ashen, charred husk of our bonfire's corpse. I had finally started to feel the hour, and Emil needed to get his rest too. We spoke very little that night, other than to wish each other good night, knowing that more words weren't necessary just yet. Whether or not Emil was cis or trans didn't matter to me. Emil was Emil. He'd always be one of my closest friends, and he'd always be my big brother. And we're gonna end there. Yep, we've reached the end of this build. Stay tuned for future updates. If you have time to spare and wouldn't mind sharing your thoughts, please take a moment to fill out a survey. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated. Alright, I'm going to lower the music for a minute. I'm going to have a slight discussion. Whew. Alright. So let's get this off of the forefront. Whew. So, for people that do not know much about me, obviously I am Fallenwolf. And, well, first let me give a disclaimer. We're going to get into some serious topics. It's not going to be long. I'm not going to get too into it. But if you're not interested in a serious topic, I will post... I'm going to post the time zone for when I play through the little scene that I was talking about down below. So if you would like to skip serious real-life discussion, please go down to the part that I'm posting right now. As you can see... with that being said, to the people that stay, I'm really glad you stayed. To the people that are skipping to the next part of the video, I'll see you in a minute. Bye. Now, to talk about some serious topics. For anybody that follows my Twitter, this was a very emotional scene for me because I know I'm usually the silly, goofy person, but I do, obviously I do have a personality, I do have feelings. This got to me. Oh, I'm already crying. This got to me because I can understand to a degree Emil's feelings. I get the feeling that people know what I'm about to say. I understand having that feeling of never feeling like you really fit in with your gender. As long as I've been growing up, I've never really felt like a guy. I've never really, and obviously that could just be being, special. I've never really been interested in the things that most guys are into. I've never really been into football. I've never really been into cars, that kind of stuff. It's stuff I would like to learn about, but it's not anything that I really interests me. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm gonna try to do my best not to offend anybody that watches my channel that happens to be trans. But I have been, as all of you know that have watched my channel, as of the past year, I've been having a lot of inner soul searching, to put it mildly. And one of the big things, besides trying to understand better what exactly my sexuality is, has been gender. gender has started coming up for the past few months. I did make a character, actually, Casey, and I'm not gonna really post her because the art's not the best. I drew it myself. That kind of was a release for me, and I want to apologize. I'm trying not to cry because, like I said, I tend to get very emotional, and discussing something like this with you guys is one, nerve-wracking, and two, it's, you know, a little hard to get through. Let's just say, as people know, me growing up and my family are very, very old school. They are very religious, old school religious type, and having discussions like this is hard because I'm not used to being able to discuss these things in a caring and understanding manner. I did want to say, though, that I have been recently debating if I truly am a guy or a woman. There are a lot of reasons I get nervous about discussing this. One of the big things is, and I know it's one of the stupidest things, but again, the way I was growing up and what I've been told by certain people doesn't help. I always thought I never could really look like a girl, but I noticed as of late, as I've been discovering myself more, I don't feel comfortable. I'm not happy with how I look, and I feel like it's more than just, oh, you know, I'm overweight, or oh, you know, oh, I'm overweight, or oh, I just don't like facial body hair. I feel like it's something where it could actually be, maybe I just have the wrong body. This is really hard to come out to with you guys. I really love you guys, and you have been such a huge support to me during this past year when I started this channel. I do want to say that it is something I have been discussing and thinking about very seriously, to the point that I was debating on discussing it with my my therapist and my doctor. I've been having a lot of dreams about it, and I've been happy with it. I just want people to know that whatever happens, I'm still Fallenwolf. Whatever happens, I'm not going to change as a person. And I think this is a good lesson to follow, that if I do decide to go through with something, I'm not going to change. I'm still going to be Fallenwolf. I will just be even more, I'll just be even prettier. I do hope that I have your support. It is hard because it's a discussion I've been having, and I've been trying to have with some of my family members, and it's not been good, to say the least. It's been, I pretty much was told, I pretty much was told I would be disowned if I decide to go through with something, most likely. And that's hard. It's hard to want to find yourself, and the few bits of support you have in your real personal life are not encouraging. They want you to be something that you're not, and I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I'm still questioning. I'm probably like 75% sure that I want to do something. I'm going to do possible hormone, possibly HRT. I don't remember the whole word, HRT. It's not definite, but I'm pretty sure. It could be, you know, I could be possibly gender fluid. It's, you know, it's possible I could be gender fluid. I don't feel like it, though. It's hard to discuss, but I just would like to have your support, and I hope that telling you guys this stuff doesn't make you feel any differently about me, because it's hard to come out with this, and it's hard to be discovering yourself. And the more I started saying screw it and really wanting to find myself, the more I find out about myself. And this was a hard one to come out with, but it's something I like opening up to you guys, girls, people. I like opening up to you. I like discussing these kind of things because I like feeling like a person, and I like letting you know what's going on. But like I said, this is something that I'm still discussing. Like I said, if I end up going through with treatments, I'm still gonna be Fallenwolf. I'm not gonna change. My appearance will change, but my personality is gonna stay the same. I really love you guys, and I'm touched that I have the support you do. I have told a few close friends, and I have posted on my Twitter that it was something I was interested in. My real first name is Mark. I even thought of a name. If I decided to go, if I, end up transitioning, I like the name Melissa. I don't know what you people think about that, but Melissa really touched my heart. And in private, I started calling myself Melissa. And I like Melissa. Just call me Fallenwolf, but I mean, real life name Melissa. I like the name Melissa. I thought it goes well with my last name, which I'm obviously not going to give, but I think it goes well with my last name, and it's something I like the name. But, I really hope I have all your support still. I mean, if I don't, I don't. It's me. I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm really curious if I have any trans people watching this. Whether you be, pre or, I'm gonna ignore that for now. Whether you be pre or post-op, it doesn't matter. My lesson to take away from this is a person's appearance does not a person's appearance or sexual organs, etc., does not decide the worth of a person. If I have anybody in here, very serious, if anybody here I ever have that makes any derogatory terms to anybody, whether it be a person of color, whether it be a sexuality, whether it be gender, I don't tolerate that at all. That's a person immediately banned. Don't come back, don't talk to me. But I just wanted to let you know a little about me, and I really hope that I find myself. I want everybody to understand that I'm 26 and I'm still finding stuff out about myself. And for a while I was worried because I said, oh man, I said people that look like me don't usually transition, or people like me at my age don't really find that stuff out. And I had a good discussion with a good discussion with a friend of mine who told me that they know people who were in their 30s before they transitioned. So that gives me hope. And to any of my people out there who are still figuring themselves out and possibly thinking, wondering about their gender, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be yourself. This world, you only live once. You only live once, and you have to do what's good for you. And if conditions or if you're in a situation where you can't fully come out, know that you have find people that you can talk to in private about it, because keeping that stuff bottled up isn't good. I think I can honestly say with me, I'm the best example. It's not good. Because when I look now, when I realize if I would have just looked into myself sooner, I think I would have been happier. And that's all I want to say. I am always here for people, regardless whether it has to do with just gender or sexuality. I'm here for everyone. If you ever need to talk to me, come talk to me. We'll work on discovering ourselves together. I think all of you are so brave. The people out there that are dealing with situations like this. All of you are so brave, and you have more strength than you could ever know. And you don't always have to be strong. You're allowed to not be strong all the time. But just know that you have me, and understand that me, an adult, even as an adult, you sometimes still struggle with discovering yourself, and that's okay. I really hope that everybody enjoyed this little spiel. I just wanted to give a little spiel about myself. I did want to say, if you still do call me he, I'm not going to get too mad. I know it might take a while, but honestly, I would appreciate it if everybody could call me a she or her or they. If you forget or or slip up, it's fine. I understand it's a big change. I would appreciate it though. And I hope that this doesn't change the way you feel about me. While I figure myself out in this crazy little world and life that we live in. But I really love all you. I wish I give you a hug. I wish I give everybody a hug so much, because I really love all of you. With that being said, though, we're gonna go move on to Slade's route. I think we did enough serious discussions. I am gonna move on. I am gonna move on to the next part. I said Slade. That is the name of the character. Hopefully you'll get your fill from it. We're gonna move on to the next scene, though. I will see you in a minute as I transition. But in two ways. See, I can crack jokes. I can make fun of it sometimes and try to relax. All right, then. Anyway, everyone, I'll see you in a minute. I will see you in just a second. Hello, everyone. To everyone that skipped over to this part, welcome. And to all the people that stayed with me and listened to me banter and talk about my personal life, thank you so much. And also, welcome. So we're going to be doing a little scene. It is technically a new route, but there's not much to it. There's very little. There's only one scene. So I'm going to show you real quick how to get to that part. So the main thing you're going to worry about is for the Colby thing, you're going to let him off the hook. You're not going to really dig into why he's acting weird. You decline Emil, which sucks. I know Emil is such a great guy, but we're going to have to decline him. Decline Emil. Skip. Oh, I went too far. Oh, skip. Alright, so then this part happens. So then when you get back from work, this scene happens. So this is the start of the new scene. So I'm going to read everything normally. I had the house to myself and was beginning to wonder where Colby was when... Someone at the door? Coming. Oh, who? I didn't even think about what voice am I going to give this guy. Slade. Dude, when I think of Slade, tell me Slade, you don't think of freaking Teen Titans. Remember Slade from Teen Titans, the cartoon? Which, by the way, is a fantastic cartoon. I'm not talking about Teen Titans Go. I'm talking about Teen Titans, the 2004 series, which was, oh, so good. Hey, you're Colby's roommate, right? Wait, that's so much like Asher. Hey, you're Colby's roommate, right? I think I kind of like, hey, you're Colby's roommate, right? Asher. Right, Asher. Is Colby not here? Is Colby not here? I haven't seen him all day. Figures. This isn't the first time he stood me up. Something probably came up. Yeah, I guess. Oh well, you'll do. Pardon me? Colby's left me with a bad case of blue balls, but hey, you're here, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? You want me to... What the hell? Dude, this guy just came out of nowhere, and he's like, yeah, he's like, your roommate, he's like, I'm literally one of your roommates' F-buddies, but he's not here. He's like, I guess I can just do it with you. You want me to... Chill, you don't gotta do it if you ain't cool with it. What the hell? This was totally out of the blue. This is totally out of the blue. This guy's got guts, because I could never walk up to a guy or girl and be like, hey, you wanna, do adult intercourse stuff? I'm trying to relieve myself from saying the F word just because I know like YouTube's not too happy with that. I was about to just show him the door when I took a second to actually think about it. When Colby and I, back in college, when we started getting really close, Colby made his move. It was so sudden I didn't know what to do. I told him I wasn't ready, but I couldn't quite phrase it right or explain myself properly, and he took it as a rejection. I wanted to, I really did, but I was so nervous. Colby had been with a bunch of different guys before, but I've never had sex with one. I guess I was worried I wouldn't live up to his standards. Hell, I wouldn't have even known what to do, really. That cost me. But maybe this was my opportunity to change that. If I got some experience under my belt, maybe I wouldn't be so nervous if it ever came up again. I can't keep turning to a nervous wreck every time a guy propositions me. Oh wow, so he's still a virgin. Ah, he's a virgin. Colby's, Asher's a virgin. Just like me. Yay. Oh gosh, why did I say that? I should have said that. Oh, I don't need everybody to know that I'm still a virgin. Yes, I know. As much as, this wonderful person in front of you is, I am still a virgin, which, but do I start here with this guy? Well, what do you think? Should I have sex with Slade? Because I know all of you are so thirsty. We're gonna go for it. Time to get demonetized if I was getting money actually from this. Alright. Alright, let's do it. Now you're talking. Oh gosh. Slade wasted no time in shedding his clothes. I sat there for a moment, unsure of myself. Was it really just happening like this? No fanfare or anything? I felt nervous, but also giddy. A mixture of worry and excitement making my body tremble. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! If it wasn't for a certain thing, I would use this as the screen cap. I can't do it though because there's certain stuff in it. Slade guided me down to my knees as I got my first good look at his naked body. He is so thick though. I'm just letting everybody know. I know people can't see this and I'm sorry, but he is thick. How's the view from down there? I couldn't deny it if I wanted to. Slade was hot. He had a killer body and that cocky attitude to go along with it. I'm not down there just to look, am I? How astute? No, you aren't. What am I supposed to do? You telling me you never sucked a dick before? I had you pegged as the type. I've never done anything before. Hot damn, a virgin, huh? My imagination of the Slade's dick just get a little bit thicker. Don't worry, I'll take good care of you. We can take it slow. Just give my dick a lick, just a little taste. Oh my gosh. They really went all out. I don't feel like Asher is this kind of character, but I know what people that watch this channel want, so I give them what they want. As I drew closer to his dick, I could feel its worth against my face, accompanied by a rich earthy scent. That's it. I could sense Slade's tremendous frame shivered from that single lick. I'm not sure what I was expecting it to be like for me, but it wasn't what I imagined. The tip of his cock was spongy and soft against my tongue, and it didn't particularly taste like anything. Keep going, Asher. I continued to run my tongue over a swollen knob. I could barely believe I was actually doing this with another man's cock, especially someone who's practically a stranger to me. You know, the only thing worse than this is if Colby walks in. I swear if Colby walks in, I'm going to quit. I'm going to leave. I will literally shut the video down. Because while I like you, I also kind of want to do Asher. I kind of want to see with Colby. So, I think there's an update. I think there's an update coming out soon, though. If there is, I'll play it. After I do Colby. Because I'm going to, the next video of 4 Little Words is going to be Colby. I'll be doing Colby's routes. Run my tongue over a swollen knob. I could barely believe I was actually doing it with another man's cock, especially someone who's practically a stranger to me. I could feel the small twitches in the Cougar's dick between my fingers as I curled my tongue over his cum slit, feeling beads of pre-cum spilling out across my taste buds, letting me sample its salty flavor. Before long, his scent grew stronger and the heat from his voice intensified, making my head swim with the heady combination. Slade's breathing remained even but sharper. I could hear each individual inhalation as he sucked in air through his clenched teeth. Truth be told, I knew I wasn't doing anything special, but I guess he was getting awful training me. Alright now, wrap your lips around it and see how far you can go. There's actual animation, oh my gosh, there was actual animation. Okay, that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome, it's actual animation. Also, I feel so bad making Asher do this because I really don't feel like Asher's this kind of person. I think Asher's like one of those overthinkers. I don't feel like he'd be the person that's just like that would quickly take up somebody's proposition for random sex. But I gotta play every route. I have to do it. I'm sorry to all the Asher lovers out there like me. Yeah, good boy. Keep bobbing your head like that. Yeah. I had to stretch my jaw just to get his cock out between my lips. Damn. Embarrassingly enough, I couldn't seem to do more than that. It was a struggle just to cram his bell end inside. Careful with those teeth, Pop. I know it can be hard for dick as big as mine. Keep your tongue over your lower set. I hadn't been conscious of where my tongue was until I mentioned it. I extended like a welcoming carpet for that huge battering ram, cushioning the fat shaft as it breached my suckling mouth again and again. Yeah, like that. Good boy. I was doing it. I was really doing it. I was sucking cock. I focused on the sensation of his firm part, gushing inside, spreading my jaws wide as I took him within my mouth, stomping so fluidly around it. Fuck, it was so hard. Faster, babe. Work the tip of your tongue. Then tighten your lips and go to town. Oh god, yeah, just like that. I grew dizzy. My face was flushed with heat. The tips of my ears practically burning as blood pounded in them. I swore I could hear my own heartbeat as it hammered in my chest. Slade's body quaked as he rapidly approached his peak, unable to keep himself from running and shuddering involuntarily. Maybe he was getting off on this more than he should, just because he was the first man to get his dick in me. But it sure as hell was flattering to see how excited he was getting. I could feel it in all of my senses, how hot I was getting him. It wouldn't be much longer now. Fuck, getting close. The muscles of Slade's hips and thighs flared as he lurched forward, grabbing my hair and stiffening. Slade's mouth opened, but no sound came out, save for a delayed shaky gasp as his cock lurched between my lips and his gooey load shot from the quivering tip of his penis coating my tongue. This, I could taste for sure. The rich, salty, musky flavor imprinted itself on my flat, pink muscle, streaking across it and hitting the back of my throat. I'm not trying to be that person, but I don't know why, but I just get the strong feeling that the creator of this VN might have some experience. I'm just gonna guess because they're very, very descriptive. It kept coming and coming with no end in sight. Coming and coming. Yeah, take it all, my God. Taste my thick nut. Do you feel it sliding down your throat? I was in no position to answer, but I could. It slid down in big, slimy clumps as the immense flame of this puma seed kept gumming up in my mouth. Soon the flow of orgasm began to slow as my cheeks began to bulge with a steamy cum. Yes. You little bitch, don't let a single drop spill. I didn't intend to. Phew. Alright, pup, time to swallow. He commanded. I obeyed. Well then, that was something. That was something. Hey, not bad. You got potential, kid. Thanks, I guess. Here, let me give you my number. Oh, wow. Oh. We should hook up again. Maybe next time we could trade that pretty mouth of yours to take more than the first few inches. Or maybe pop that cherry. We'll see, I guess. Well, hate to just fucking run, but I need to get going. You be a good boy and don't stand me up like Colby, and I'll get you off next time, too. And just like that, he was gone. I could still feel his vicious load clinging to the edges of my tongue, and swore I could feel it lining my throat, too. I knew I wouldn't get the taste or smell of him out of my system for days. And somehow I didn't really seem to mind. My cock ached between my legs, unsatisfied. I hurried to my room and jacked off furiously, making a mess all over myself within seconds. I was definitely going to see Slade again sometime. I had to. Tuesday. Okay, and so there you go. That is the start of Slade's scene. And as far as I know, that's all that you really see. But yeah, that's the start of Slade's route. I am told Slade is actually a character who has no interest in a romantic relationship, like, period. So that'll be interesting to see a relationship like that, because usually, most times in VNs, you usually don't see a character per se like that only, you know, or at least they change their ways. The creator seems pretty adamant that he will not change his ways. He's only going to he only is interested in a sexual relationships. He's not has any interest in, you know, he has no interest in actual romantic, you know, relationships. So that'll be interesting. But that is the end of the video. I'm gonna go to the main menu. That is the end of the video. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who stopped by and watched the whole video. I know it's a bit longer than I planned on it, but you know, hey, that's how things go. If you really liked the video, please feel free to comment, like, and or subscribe. I really do appreciate everybody stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you that stops by and watches all of my videos. I hope that you enjoyed yourself. I hope you make sure you stay cool. Make sure to drink plenty of water. Stay safe out there. Everything going on right now, stay safe. And remember, always be yourself. Never let people tell you not to be yourself. And remember, if you ever need to talk to somebody, if you ever need to vent, my DMs are always open on Twitter or Discord. I am not using Twitter as much anymore due to personal reasons. I'm kind of taking a break from Twitter for the foreseeable future. But with that being said, though, Discord is still open, and you can even hit me up, comment on YouTube. Again, for the video, feel free to comment on what you think the 4-letter word is, and wrong answers only, please. What is the 4-letter word that the title of this VN is insinuating towards? With that being said, though, thank you once again to everyone who stopped by. I love all of you. Make sure you're staying safe, and I'll see you next time. Next time we start this, we will be going through Colby's routes. With that being said, though, this has been Fallenwolf. And I'll see you all next time. Take care of yourselves, and I love all of you. Bye.